This day, the demonized Rumi was driving a red convertible sports car, speeding wildly down the street. She stepped on the accelerator all the way. Enjoying this unprecedented freedom and power, the friend next to him, Mira, was also excited, pointing at a passing postman and suggesting they show him what life as a demon was like. The words had hardly fallen from his mouth when the postman seemed to be instantly controlled, pouring the whole bag of letters into the trash can and shouting that he would never deliver such garbage again. Another friend showed her demon blade magic, instantly turning a lady walking her dog by the roadside and her golden retriever into a pair of demon master and servant. As they were lost in the fantasy of conquering the world, a blue kitten named Dex suddenly appeared in the middle of the road. Rumi saw Depai, and the scene shifted, showing her running desperately with Depai in a creepy corridor. Behind them, a mad scientist was chasing, holding a huge syringe. They ran to the end of the corridor and found the exit door was locked. Just at this desperate moment, Mira kicked the door open and rushed in, shouting for the madman to stay away from her friend. Scientists saw their plan being destroyed and shouted to turn Mira into a demon as well. Mira moved agilely and kicked the syringe out of the scientist's hand, but the liquid in the syringe still splashed onto her body. Mira suddenly felt something wrong, as if something was moving around inside her body. Rumi looked anxiously at her, but the darkness had already begun to swallow Mira's body. The demonized Mira invited them to join her new world. Rumi tried to wake her up, telling her that this was not the real her. But Mira said, "This is the real me," and then bit into Rumi's arm. Darkness spread quickly in Rumi's body, and she also felt an unprecedented power. The two girls, corrupted by demons, decided to team up and rule the world. Their first goal is the friend Zoey, enjoying a hamburger in the car. Rumi made a demon cookie and quietly passed it to Zoey. Zoey swallowed it without warning and was instantly corrupted by dark forces, becoming a member of the demons. Three sisters are all set, driving off to make a big move. Their next target is a few guys in the park. One of the boys was preparing to propose to Rumi when he saw his girlfriend driving wildly towards them. They realized it was not the real Rumi, but it was too late. The convertible directly threw them into the air. Evil sisters hover in the air, announcing the arrival of the demon era. Either join or die. They used pink beams to transform several boys one by one, even turning a hot dog vendor into a demon hot dog salesman. 很快，所有人都变成了恶魔，城市陷入一片混乱。Seeing all this, Depai decided to take action. It found an electrical box and came up with an idea. It struggled to pry open the electrical cabinet door with its claws, revealing complex wires inside. and a large red button. Depai bit without hesitation. Suddenly, a huge electric current surged through the power poles, spreading throughout the city. The people who had been demonized gradually returned to their original forms. Falling from the sky, girls were on their knees, feeling as if they were controlled by something. And the culprit, that crazy scientist, appeared again. However, this time he wasn't so lucky. In the chaos, he actually merged with his own hot dog cart. Depai looked at the real hot dog man in front of him and couldn't help but take a lick. The crisis is over. Everyone happily cleans and decorates the room, preparing to celebrate a new life. However, at this warm moment, Depai took the opportunity to defecate on the carpet in front of everyone. The crowd instantly broke down, angrily chasing away the bad cat. But soon, Rumi regretted it, feeling that everyone had been too harsh on Depp. However, when she opened the door to look for Depp, she found it lying motionless on the carpet. Rumi ran over to check and found that Deppy's heart had stopped beating. She was heartbroken, believing that someone among her friends had killed Deppy, and announced she would find the culprit. Rumi turned into a detective and started examining the scene with a magnifying glass. Soon, she found a pink hair on Deppy's tail. What is more strange is that this tail was fake. It fell off with just a slight pull. Rumi immediately turned her attention to Mira, who had pink hair. Rumi quickly explained that this actually came from an accident in the park. One day, she was walking in the park with the duck pile. When they met a small dog that looked cute, but was actually a demon dog. The demon dog bit Mira and attacked them. In the chaos, Mira accidentally cut off Deppy's tail with her magic blade while trying to protect it. Seeing Depai's heartbroken expression, Mira felt very guilty, so she cut off a strand of her hair, dyed it blue, and made a new tail for Dopey. After listening to Mira's explanation, Rumi checked her hand and indeed found a scar from a dog bite. This cleared Mira's suspicion, but also meant that the killer was someone else. Rumi continued to check and found a strange chicken claw in Dopey's ear. She pulled hard and suddenly pulled out a small bird named Susie. Susie was still in shock and told everyone about her strange experience of being trapped in the ear of Depp. Originally, a bug crawled into Depai's ear, making it cry out in pain. A friend of mine named Bobby tried to pinch out a bug with his finger, but ended up being bitten by the bug instead. At this moment, Susie volunteered, letting Bobby use it as a tool to dig out the insect. Then a tough tug of war began. Susie pulled with all her strength, but the insect was firmly stuck inside. The result was that the rope suddenly broke, sending Susie and the bug back into the depth of the ear, where they got stuck. After hearing the absurd story, Lumi was doubtful, but still succeeded in removing the worm and handed it to Susie on the way. After excluding Susie's suspicion, Lumi turned her attention to Zoey. As she had several noticeable scratch marks on her neck, Zoey cried innocence, saying she loved dope as much as everyone else, and began to explain the origin of the scratch marks. One day, Dix excitedly showed her a box of newborn kittens. Zoey was instantly melted by these cute little creatures and decided to adopt them. However, these little cats are not at all cute, but undeniably little devils. They made a mess of the house, caught fish from the fish tank, tore the curtains, pushed over flower pots, and even poured water on the laptop. Zoey tried to stop them, but was scratched on the neck by the kitten's sharp claws. To prove her words, the last suspect was Jingyu. Facing the question, Jingyu quickly explained that it was also an accident. That day, Depai saw the vacuum cleaner at home and excitedly pressed the maximum power button. The vacuum cleaner suddenly lost control, rushing around the room like crazy, sucking everything. What is more terrifying is that it sucked in Jinyu's hat and then turned around, spitting out everything inside. In the chaos, the hat hit perfectly into Depai's open mouth. As Jinyu's story came to an end, all the suspicions were cleared. Just then, a Dapey lying on the ground suddenly yawned and sat up. It had just been asleep. A misunderstanding came to an end. Everyone embraced each other excitedly. However, Depai the cat seems to be born as a troublemaker, always causing his friends to die young in various strange ways. Once, it went to the aquarium with Mira and got angry because a pink octopus was eaten by a shark, ending up accidentally breaking the glass. A huge shark burst out of the tank and chased them in the aquarium until Merle became the shark's meal. Once again, Rumi reluctantly took Dappy to the doctor, but they met a group of aggressive dogs at the entrance of the pet hospital. Depai was so scared that he ran through the street, dragging Lumi, creating a thrilling chase. Finally, Depai climbed up the tree by himself, while Lumi was surrounded by wild dogs. When Deppy was playing at the market with Zoey, he felt upset because he lost to Zoey in the balloon game. It secretly inserted the pump tube into Zoey's pants, trying to make her embarrassed. The result of Zoey's pants blew up like a balloon and finally took her flying into the sky. Depai wanted to turn off the valve, but accidentally broke the switch and could only watch Zoey disappear into the sky. It was exploring the jungle with Susie and met a huge monster frog. The frog was scared by them and, in anger, extended its long tongue to roll Susie into its mouth and swallow her on the spot. In the scientist's laboratory, Pi stole the laser gun remote that could shrink objects and shot randomly around the room. Jimmy was forced against the wall to avoid the laser, but was still hit by the ray, his body continuously shrinking. Pi was having so much fun that he didn't notice the tiny Jinyu had become as small as an ant. He stepped on him by accident and flattened him into a pancake. Maybe it is because of these rare chords. The fate of these partners seems to be closely linked to prison. Rumi was arrested on the spot because she ate without paying at a restaurant and became too fat to run away. A mad scientist was arrested by the police after selling toxic muscle growth agents that caused customers to mutate. Mira, out of jealousy toward Rumi and Jinyu's marriage, covered their wedding cake with glue, causing the groom's teeth to be stuck and eventually being taken away by the police. Even Pi was not spared. During a knife throwing performance, he missed and hit a beehive, causing the audience to be stung beyond recognition. And he became the culprit. Finally, because it wanted to eat a donut but had no money, it tried to steal by crawling through the ventilation pipe. The result accidentally fell into a huge donut and couldn't move, and was caught by the police who arrived soon.